Okay, so a little crash course in pedal wheelies. Generally, this wheelie is going to be done going uphill, get over an obstacle. It's more than just the front tire, obviously. And either way, we want to maintain and or generate more momentum as we go up and over that obstacle. Real important, this happens with our legs. Strongest muscles in our body. We need to have a slow enough cadence, a hard enough gear that we can accelerate that bike. That's where it's all going to start. All right here. All right, accelerate that bike forward. And if we do this properly, watch how much ground this bike covers just with one crank. All right, you're going to get about a bike length. All right, real important that we move forward and accelerate that bike. Simply yanking up on the handlebars, wheel comes up, comes down, doesn't get much done. Okay, that right there. All right, also, and I'm a little dramatic in this demonstration, but the core is up and down and head's all over the place. Can't have that. Core has to be a balanced and stable platform. Head has to be balanced and stable to be effective on the bike. We cover that big time in the full instruction. So step one, accelerate that bike. A slow enough gear that you can pedal faster and accelerate that bike. That's where all this starts. Step two, rock backwards, nice and subtle, just like that, just like you're in a rocking chair. Okay, let that core go back just a little bit, coupled with accelerating the bike out from under you. Now that bike will pivot around the rear axle. That's what we want. Step three, timing. Break that stick. Okay, get off that bike and do that motion. Notice how I'm not bending my arms, pulling with my arms. It's all pedal cadence, rock backwards, break the stick. You can use your arms a little, but the legs are what are getting this done, all right? So you break the stick, you're in a slow enough gear you can accelerate, you rock backwards a little, there you go. Bike comes out underneath you, pivots around that rear axle. Couple other things we're going to have to do, all right? It's more than just a wheelie. We're going to have to time that pedal so it doesn't hit that rock. Okay, so real important to accelerate below the obstacle so we can pause our pedaling for a brief second and then resume pedaling once the front tire clears the rock. If we can't accelerate below and we pause, we're not going to make that climb. Another thing, get your butt off the seat before the rear tire gets there. That will effectively unweight the rear end and get the rear of the bike over the log. If you're still sitting on that seat, now all your mass has to go over the log. Also, you're going to get jarred all over the place. You can lose your balance. All right, obviously you don't want that. So okay, accelerate that bike, good cadence so you can do so. Time the pedal off the seat. All right, and watch how the head and the core stay nice and stable, nice smooth momentum path. Real important to maintain balance and control. Higher levels, all right, here we go, nice little wheelie, there's some braking modulation, all right, a bunch of stuff we're not going to cover right now, but right here, carrying that wheel for more than one crank, that's going to become important, so play around with this wheelie. This is what's called a power wheelie, okay, changing to the trajectory of the bike coming out of that corner. Now I can put that wheel where I want, I can get a nice little pump going down that little downslope. This is higher level stuff. But it's all building blocks. Riding is simple, okay? It all comes from those three things: acceleration, rock backwards, break the stick. Here I'm scooting between two tight trees, all right? It's still that pedal wheelie, okay? Building blocks, just work your way up, all right? Riding simple, okay? And this is, like I said, this is a crash course, but it's all those basic things, okay? Obviously, we get way more into this in the full instruction. But the three take-home components of this: slow enough cadence so you can accelerate, rock backwards, break that stick. Thanks for stopping by, Dirt Smart MTB. We'll have plenty more of these.